The Judge is directed by David Dobkins, who also did Wedding Crashers, which is one of my favorite comedies of all time, and it stars Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Duvall. In The Judge, Robert Downey Jr. plays a lawyer that is basically, he's kind of like a dirty lawyer because he knows that every single one of the people that he basically like helps is guilty, and so basically he's not a very straight lawyer. And when his dad, who is a judge played by Robert Duvall, supposedly ran someone over with his car and kept on going, basically a hit and run, gets basically put to a trial to see if he would go to jail or not, Robert Downey Jr. has to basically defend him in court. And I was really excited for this movie. The Judge just looked really, really good. I love Robert Downey Jr., I love Robert Duvall, and I love the director. And is this movie great? This movie is not great, but it is pretty well done. Why is my camera... What? This movie is not great, but it is pretty well done. There's a lot to like about this movie. First of all, the acting is fantastic by Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Duvall. There's another side character, which is Robert Downey Jr.'s friend, who we thought was really funny and really well done. The problem that I have with this movie is that this movie is bizarre in where it goes, and that's the problem with the script, because the dialogue is not great in this movie. There's a couple scenes that are really good that have to do with the dialogue, but mostly the dialogue was just kind of wooden. But I did not know that David Dobkins knew how to do emotional scenes, because there's a couple emotional scenes in this movie that, whoa, they hit you. There's a scene that everyone complains about, is basically where Robert Downey Jr. breaks into a restaurant with Vera Farmiga's character, and I didn't think that was a terrible scene because they're basically saying, all the critics are saying that it's ridiculous because Robert Downey Jr. is a judge and he would never like go against the law like that, but in the beginning of the movie he says that he doesn't really agree with the law at all, so it would kind of make sense that he was breaking it. But still though, I don't really understand why they had to put that scene in the movie. It was really useless after you figure out that Vera Farmiga owned the restaurant anyway. Some of the comedy in this movie really doesn't work too. Like, I was hoping that the comedy would be funny because it was directed by the same guy who did Wedding Crashers, but no, this movie just kind of falls flat when it comes to comedy. Overall, I did enjoy The Judge though. I think it's a well done movie. There are some definite problems with the dialogue, but overall, I think it has some good emotional scenes. This movie is long, but for what it was, I thought it wasn't awful. I will give The Judge a 3 out of 5 because I thought it was a well done movie. It's not as good as I was really hoping it would be, but it's like a just fresh movie for me. I thought it was well done. Alright, so comment below and let me know. Do you like this background? What do you think of the background? And do you want me to keep it? Because I really want to know, because I like it like this. Plus, if you're recognizing that the lighting is better than it was before, I got new lights, and I'm pretty proud of them. Thank you guys for watching. This is Pigwink signing off.